She pulled my husband aside and whispered loud enough for me to hear, "It's not too late to back out." I gave my bridesmaid a signal, and minutes later, a voice recording played that made half the room turn against her. "My name's Cassidy, I'm 34, and I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm a nurse, been doing it for over 10 years now. Married a welder named Eric. We were together 3 years before he proposed. I thought we had something solid. But this story isn't about my marriage. Not really. It's about someone I once trusted with everything, my maid of honor, Kylie. My oldest friend. Or so I thought. Kylie and I met in college in Nashville. We were roommates for a year and kept in touch ever since. She was wild and loud. She always had to be the one people looked at. I was quiet, more of a listener. It worked, or at least I thought it did. Over the years, Kylie would drop little comments. Like, "You sure you want to wear that?" Or, "He's cute," in a safe kind of way. Stuff that stung, but not enough to fight over. I'd brush it off. I thought she was just teasing. That's just Kylie. I didn't see what was really going on. When Eric and I got engaged, Kylie offered to help with everything. She acted excited, cried when I showed her the ring, told me she'd never seen me happier. I asked her to be my maid of honor. She said yes right away. That's when the weird stuff started. She'd forget to call vendors, miss appointments, show up late to cake tastings. Once she came to my dress fitting smelling like vodka and wearing sunglasses indoors. When I asked what was wrong, she said work was a nightmare. Said her ex had been bothering her. I believed her. She'd always been a little messy, but she was my friend. Then things started feeling off. At my bridal shower, Kylie made a joke during a toast that didn't sit right with me. She said, "Let's all hope Cassidy doesn't run off when she realizes she can do better." Everyone laughed, but I didn't. Later that night, my friend Jenna pulled me aside. Jenna's solid. She's quiet, steady, always has your back. She wasn't even supposed to be a bridesmaid, just a guest, but I added her last minute when another friend dropped out. Jenna told me Kylie had been texting Eric. A lot. Nothing straight up flirty, but friendly messages that didn't feel right. Like, "Hope you're not too stressed planning the wedding with her," or "You sure about this?" I didn't want to believe it. I asked Eric. He showed me the texts. He didn't flirt back. He kept it short. He told her to stop once. She brushed it off. I confronted Kylie the next day. She laughed. "Oh my God, Cass. Are you serious? I'm your maid of honor." I was just joking with him. I let it go. Told myself I was being paranoid. But I felt it, something wasn't right. 2 weeks before the wedding, Jenna came to me with something else. A voice recording. She said she overheard Kylie on a call while in the parking lot of a bar. Jenna had gone to meet a guy and happened to be parked nearby. She recognized Kylie's voice and hit record. The call was short, but clear. "Kylie, it's not about him. I don't care if he marries her. He'll come to me eventually. Cassidy's safe. She's boring. He won't last with boring." Then she laughed. "Kylie, you think I care if I hurt her? She always acts like she's better than me. I just want to prove I can take something from her." I felt sick. I sat on the bathroom floor and cried. Jenna offered to confront her, but I said no. I had a better idea. We waited. The day of the wedding was beautiful, warm with soft wind and no clouds. The ceremony was in this outdoor barn-style venue with old wood and hanging lights. About 80 people came, family, friends, coworkers. I stood there, facing Eric, hands shaking but smiling. Then it happened. Kylie leaned in behind me and said it loud enough for everyone close to hear. "It's not too late to back out." The air went still. I didn't turn around. I didn't cry. I just gave a tiny nod to Jenna, who was sitting in the third row on the end. She stood up and walked quietly toward the back. 2 minutes later, as the pastor lifted his book, a voice came over the speakers. Kylie's voice. "I don't care if he marries her. He'll come to me eventually. Cassidy's safe. She's boring. He won't last with boring. People gasped. Heads turned. Kylie's face went white. The audio kept going. You think I care about hurting her feelings? She's always acted like she's better than me. I just wanted to prove I could take something from her. Silence. Then whispers. Then someone in the crowd said, "Did she just say that?" I turned around and looked Kylie in the eyes. "You're done," I said. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Eric stepped back from both of us. "What the hell, Kylie?" She looked around. No one was on her side. Not even her parents. Her mom covered her mouth. Her dad stood up and walked out. The pastor froze. I turned to him and said, "Please continue." We got married that night. The party went on. But it didn't end there. Because Kylie didn't just disappear. She made it worse. She went online. She posted things. She told people I sabotaged her. That I edited the recording. That I was jealous of her. That I was insecure. But what she didn't know. I wasn't done yet. Kylie went on full attack mode after the wedding. First, it was the Instagram post. A picture of us from college, me with my arm around her, smiling like an idiot. The caption said, "Be careful who you let stand beside you. Some people will stab you with a smile." The comments were worse. Her little fan club chimed in, girls we went to school with, old work friends of hers, even strangers who didn't know the full story. They all had something to say. She always seemed fake to me. Good for you, Kylie. You dodged a bullet. Jealousy is a disease. I tried to ignore it. Let them believe what they wanted. But then she took it further. She messaged my boss. She actually sent an email saying she was concerned about my mental health. Said I'd been acting paranoid. That I had a breakdown at my wedding. She didn't mention the recording, of course. Just made it sound like I flipped out for no reason. Luckily, my boss is no fool. She called me into her office, told me straight up what Kylie wrote, and then asked if I was okay. I told her everything. She nodded and said, "Sounds like someone who can't handle being exposed." But the damage didn't stop there. Eric's mom saw the Instagram post and asked him about it. His sister reached out to me to say Kylie had been telling people we weren't a real couple and that our marriage was a scam to get attention. I hadn't spoken to Kylie since the wedding, but she was clearly busy making sure no one forgot her. Jenna said, "You need to hit back." At first, I didn't want to. I'm not the kind of person who likes drama. But Kylie had made it public. So I made a post of my own. No long paragraphs. No insults. Just facts. A voice doesn't lie. A friend doesn't compete. And a wedding isn't the place to play games. I won't respond again. I attached a clip from the audio. Just the part where Kylie said, "I just want to prove I can take something from her." That post got shared over 200 times. People messaged me, some apologizing, some just shocked. A few who defended Kylie deleted their comments. A couple even messaged her directly to ask what the hell was wrong with her. And then, just when I thought it might finally blow over, Kylie showed up at my house. It was a Tuesday. I'd just gotten home from a long shift. Eric was still at work. I pulled into the driveway and saw her car sitting at the curb. She got out before I could even shut my door. "Cass," she said, hands up, like she was the one in danger. "Please. Just let me talk." I didn't move. "You've said enough." She looked thinner. Paler. Like she hadn't slept much. I messed up. Okay. I messed up bad. I was drunk. I was angry. You always had everything so easy. That pissed me off. Easy? You think this has been easy? You always had people around you, she snapped. Guys liked you. Teachers liked you. Even your damn bridesmaids looked at you like you were some kind of queen. I just wanted to matter. I laughed once, bitter. So you tried to steal my husband? Her eyes welled up. I never touched him. You tried to poison him against me. I didn't think it would go that far, she whispered. I thought maybe he'd see me. I didn't think you'd actually marry him. That's when I knew. She wasn't sorry. She just regretted losing. You need to leave, I said. Now. She looked like she might say more, but then Jenna pulled into the driveway behind her. Kylie looked back, saw her, and got into her car without another word. But she wasn't done. She started showing up places, bars she knew Eric liked. Coffee shops near my hospital. Once, she even sat in her car outside our house for 20 minutes, just parked, engine running. I got a photo of it, sent it to the cops. They said there wasn't much they could do unless she actually came onto the property or threatened us. Eric was furious. She's not just crazy, she's dangerous. I knew he was right, but I didn't want to fight her in the dark anymore. I wanted the truth out. That's when Jenna said something that changed everything. She didn't do this alone. At first, I didn't get what she meant. But then it hit me. The voice recording? It wasn't a one-sided conversation. Someone was on the other end. Someone listening, maybe even agreeing with her. Kylie said, "You think I care about hurting her?" Which meant she was talking to someone who knew what she was doing. Someone who didn't stop her. Someone who might have even helped. I started thinking back, trying to remember who Kylie might have been talking to. Who knew enough about me, about Eric, about our plans, to even have that kind of conversation with her? I kept coming back to one name. Amber. Amber was a mutual friend, someone we both met through a local women's networking group years ago. She ran a boutique in downtown Knoxville. Sweet, friendly, always Team Cassidy, or so I thought. She'd helped with wedding invites and even offered us a small discount for bridesmaid dresses. I barely noticed her at the wedding, but she was there. Jenna didn't like her. I remember her saying something once, like, "Amber smiles too hard when people are losing." At the time, I thought she was just being paranoid. So I asked Jenna to help me dig. We checked Instagram tags, old messages, even a few group chats from months before the wedding. That's when we found it, an old voice memo Kylie had sent to a group chat that I'd been dropped from. It was Kylie laughing. "Amber says I should have gone for Eric the night we all went out for trivia. Maybe I will." That was from before we got engaged. My stomach sank. Amber had been in on it. Maybe not actively scheming, but encouraging Kylie, pushing her, feeding the fire. And she'd sat at my wedding, smiling, clapping. That's when I made the second move. I wrote Amber a message. Simple and direct. "I know you talked to Kylie. I heard what she said. You were never a friend." She didn't answer for a full day. When she did, it was classic deflection. "I don't know what you're talking about. If Kylie said something, that's on her. Don't drag me into this." I sent her the voice memo. No reply. But later that week, she took down her entire boutique's Instagram. All of it. Gone. Then someone told me she canceled a few orders, said she was taking a break. The truth was starting to burn. Meanwhile, Kylie's behavior got worse. She started spreading rumors that Eric had cheated on me with her. She told people she had proof, but she never showed anything. Just vague posts, fake crying on stories, comments like, "One day, the truth will come out." But people weren't buying it anymore. The recording had done real damage. Then Jenna came to me with a wild idea. "We dig deeper," she said. "We find out what Kylie's hiding. She's too confident. Too loud. There's something she doesn't want people to know." At first, I thought Jenna meant digging through her socials again. But she meant more than that. She knew someone, her cousin's boyfriend, who worked part-time at the phone store Kylie used. I told her not to do anything illegal. She swore she wouldn't. Just look into patterns. A week later, she came back with a phone bill. Kylie had been making dozens of calls late at night, long ones, to a number we didn't recognize. We reverse searched it. It belonged to Ben, my ex. The one before Eric. The one who broke my heart years ago after cheating with his coworker. We hadn't spoken in years. I didn't even know he still lived in Tennessee. I felt a wave of nausea. Kylie had been talking to Ben for months. Before my wedding. During all the planning. Even days before the ceremony. Jenna looked at me. "You think she reached out to him?" Or was it the other way around? I didn't know what to think. But I knew one thing. This was way bigger than just jealousy or drama. This was a setup. Jenna wasn't done. She said she had one last card to play. Let's invite her somewhere. Neutral ground. Tell her it's to talk things out. We record everything. I hesitated. It felt dirty. But after what Kylie had done, I didn't care anymore. I needed the truth. I needed to end this. So we sent the invite. Meet me at the Mill Cafe. Saturday, 2 p.m. Just talk. No drama. One time. She responded fast. Finally, we set up the recording app. Jenna sat nearby with her laptop open, pretending to work. Eric came too, but waited outside in the truck, just in case. When Kylie walked in, she looked smug. Like she'd already won something. She sat down across from me, didn't even order anything. You look tired, she said. I've been busy cleaning up your mess. She smirked. Still pretending to be the victim? I leaned in. I know about Ben. Her smile froze. What? You called him. A lot. Why? She blinked fast. You're insane. I pulled out my phone. Hit play. The list of her call logs. Her voice on speaker, talking about taking something from me. Then, a final clip Jenna had found, an old voice memo Kylie sent Ben. In it, she said, I'm gonna ruin her wedding and then maybe we'll talk. You said you missed me, right? Kylie's face drained of color. She looked around like she'd forgotten where she was. Like the walls were closing in. You recorded me? She hissed. You recorded yourself, I said. You just didn't know someone was listening. She stood up fast, knocking over the chair. You think this is over? She spat. You think you can win? I already did. She stormed out. Jenna walked over, calm as ever. Got all of it, she said, tapping her phone. And, don't worry. This time, we don't post it. We share it. Privately. Where it counts. And we did. To her boss. To her landlord. To the boutique clients who were still waiting on refunds. But something still felt unfinished. Because there was still one person I hadn't confronted. Ben. I hadn't spoken to Ben in over 4 years. Last time I saw him, he was standing on my old porch, begging me to forgive him for sleeping with his coworker. I didn't answer. I just shut the door in his face. And now I was about to see him again because I needed to know the truth. How deep this thing with Kylie went. If he had been a pawn in her game, or if he'd helped her play it. I found his number. Called once. No answer. I left a voicemail. Ben, it's Cassidy. I need to talk. It's important. It's not about us, don't worry. Just meet me. One time. He messaged 2 hours later. Fine. Blue Moose Cafe. 5 p.m. tomorrow. Eric wasn't thrilled. You don't owe him anything, he said. I know. But I need answers. So I went. Ben looked exactly the same beard, same cocky half-grin. He didn't even stand when I walked in. Just gave a small nod and sipped his coffee. I figured you'd show up eventually, he said. Cut the crap, I told him. Why were you talking to Kylie? He raised his eyebrows like he wanted to pretend he didn't know what I meant. Then he leaned back inside. She reached out to me. Said you were marrying some guy who didn't deserve you. Said she missed me. Did you? He smirked. No. Not really. But I listened. So you let her trash me for months? She wasn't lying about everything, he said. That stopped me. Excuse me. He shrugged. You were always good at pretending things were fine when they weren't. Even with me. You hated confrontation. I leaned forward. So that made it okay for you to screw my life up again? He waved a hand. Look, she was drunk half the time. Talking nonsense. But she said you were soft. Too trusting. And she wasn't wrong. I didn't think she'd actually go through with any of it. You helped her, I said, cold. He didn't deny it. I forwarded her some photos of us. Old ones. Just to piss you off. She said she wanted to shake things up. My stomach turned. I was gonna get married, I said. You knew that. He looked at me like it didn't matter. Yeah, well, you made your choice years ago. I stood up. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I just looked at him, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel anything. You're both pathetic, I said. But she came for my life. You? You just showed me you never changed. He laughed once, bitter. Guess we all wear masks, Cass. I left without saying another word. That night, I gave Jenna everything. Every recording. Every message. I didn't post them publicly, we'd learned our lesson. No more drama on social media. But we sent them to the right people. Ben's employer, he worked for a construction company that had strict image policies. They dropped him the next week. Kylie? She lost more than her boutique's following. Word got around fast. Vendors refused to work with her, former friends blocked her, and one of the local papers picked up the story after someone tipped them off anonymously. They ran a story titled, "When the Maid of Honor Turns into the Enemy." I was done playing nice. Eric and I took a honeymoon 2 months later. We went off-grid, no phones, no messages, no reminders. Just quiet. When we came back, I heard from Kylie one last time. A letter. No return address. Just a torn piece of notebook paper with 5 words. You were never really loved. I burned it. Because the truth is, she was right about one thing. I was too trusting. I let her get close. I let people like Ben twist the truth because I didn't want to believe anyone could be that cruel. But not anymore. Now, I look people dead in the eye when I speak. I listen closer. And I don't let snakes sit at my table. I still think about that day. The wedding. Her whisper. That smug smile right before her whole mask cracked. And I smile. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I won. She tried to ruin my life, and I showed her exactly what happens when you stab the wrong woman in the back. I don't forgive her. And I never will.